Okay, I'm on the second phase of the walk with Casper, so he's now with my lot. I've done the lead work with him this morning. So his main issues really were being reactive on the lead to people. Some people fine, other people not so fine. So just random, no real sort of rhyme or reason to it, but it stems from a shoulder injury that he had. And he'd gone backwards and forwards to the vets, various different treatments, and the one particular treatment obviously was an unpleasant experience for him. And since then he's gone a little bit reactive, just randomly, to people. As well as that, when he does go to the vets, he does toilet, he gets in a terrible state, so it's a bad experience that he had, and he remembers it. So we need to really sort of desensitize him from that and get him out of that mindset where he's kind of trying to make all the decisions and decide whether somebody's a threat or not. And possibly the reason why this will have happened is because with the injury, his owners would have been very considerate, very soft with him, lots of love, lots of eye contact, lots of talking, and this would actually have been interpreted as a weak behaviour by Casper. And if he is, if he did have an injury, he would have been feeling a little bit vulnerable as well. So along with him feeling a little bit vulnerable because of his injury, and then getting this weak submissive behaviour from the rest of his pack, i.e. his owners, it would have ended up being quite a big responsibility on his shoulders. So he would have gone into decision-making mode, and got my little helper, and that will create this reactive behaviour, because dogs automatically think, if they're surrounded by weak submissive behaviour, that they have to step up and make the right decisions to keep everybody alive. You know, their DNAs are the wild dog, so it's all about survival. That's how they think, so that's how they interpret everything. It's all to do with the survival of the pack. So it all makes sense really. And then as time has gone on, he's kind of just got used to this behaviour of being this sort of reactive behaviour on the lead. And then they've got Herman, who I worked with yesterday. He's the pup. So as he's growing up, he's obviously anxious, not sure how to behave around things, and he's not getting the right leadership from Casper because Casper's being reactive. So the two of them are having a negative knock-on effect on each other. Hence me coming in and doing a bit of work with them. So as you can see, the socialisation part, absolutely perfect. He understands the body language, he knows how to read dogs. The only thing that I really sort of wanted to work on before I let them all off together was the to be convinced that Casper was actually looking at me for direction and not making his own decisions with the dogs. Because what I did notice on the walk this morning with Casper is there was an awful lot of scent marking, and a lot of the scraping the feet on the ground, putting the scent on the ground. So he was doing that an awful lot. And with various people that came along with their dogs, he not so much the dogs really, but the people, he sort of went down on his front end, sort of doing that stalking pose. So at the time of him doing that, there's lots and lots of checks on the lead there, because I just want to break that state of mind that he's in and make sure he stays just a little bit tuned into me, so it's not all down to him to make these decisions. And there was a noticeable difference towards the end of the walk. The people that were approaching us, he wasn't going down on his on his belly, sort of doing that stalking position. He wasn't doing that at all. Yes, he was looking, but when I was giving him those checks on the lead, he was starting to look up at me, which is him acknowledging that, okay, I need to watch what this alpha's doing, because that's the behaviour we need to be doing. So it's how you address them. You've got to be completely calm, consistent, controlled, confidence, all the C's, and that's what will convince them. It doesn't matter how many times you tell them, and repetition is key when you're getting through to the mindset of them. But it doesn't matter how many times you tell them, it's how you tell them, and you have to remain completely calm and matter of fact with it all. So that was the walk this morning. This socialisation part, there's no problem here. He's just having a great time. So this part is just all about him having fun and being a dog, you know. And then later on, I want to just do another little bit of a walk with Roscoe as well, because Roscoe's the calm, unflappable energy that we need. So Casper can then learn how to approach people by copying what Roscoe does, because that's what dogs do, they copy each other, which is why I use my dogs so much. So that'll be the afternoon's work. But with the boundaries that the owners are now putting in place within the house, that's also going to have a really positive effect on Casper's reactive behaviour. It'll stop that. It'll gradually get less and less, because he will gradually learn to be more and more convinced that his owners are making the decisions, his owners are in charge, and there's nothing at all to worry about. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, so we'll catch up with you later.